Hi, John Murphy here of FPF Training. I'd like to talk to you today a bit about the draw stroke. Now, the draw stroke, if executed properly, will consistently put our pistol in a fixed space in front of our face so we can be able to validate the sights and press the trigger to deliver a life-saving hit. It has to be consistent and precise every time in order to facilitate that. Otherwise, we spend a lot of time hunting around pecking for the sights. Well, in these circumstances, time is a commodity we really don't have. Now think about also the draw stroke is a hard skill in the list of skills we have to acquire as concealed carry practitioners. There are hard skills such as the draw stroke and soft skills such as street encounter skills, managing an unknown contact, to borrow a phrase from Craig Douglas. These all have to mesh together to perform an interlocking layer of plans, skills, and actions that we can execute upon demand or requirement. Now, a part of that draw stroke, think about this a bit. We can draw to a shot, or draw to a command. Stop! You see, the decision to shoot can be sequential or separate from the decision to draw. If you believe the numbers that are out there right now, between 500,000 or so defensive gun users that the government allows for, or 2.5 million that Professor Kleck talks about. In my mind, here's a draw stroke. I'll break it down how I teach it. From whatever position I have my students start from rest, the bodyguard, the thinker, or he don't look right. First up is the garment. Garment and anchor. Garment and anchor. Why do I say, well, garment and anchor? Here's why. First, I get a handful of garment and rip it away from the pistol. Then I anchor this hand in one spot for two reasons. First, I want to have that garment out of the way so it doesn't follow my draw stroke. Secondly, I have to give this hand a job. Otherwise, he'll go looking for work and, well, he might be out here as the gun's traveling toward the target, which is, well, that's how you get stigmatized old school. So up front, garment, anchor, and then grip. I get a full firing grip on the pistol while it's in the holster. This is the grip I'm going to live or die by. So I'm going to do that by shoving the web of my hand into what's referred to as the tang of the gun. 3 fingers wrap around, and I get a full, firm, one-handed grip on the pistol in the holster. Next is up and at. Up and at. If you accept, and you should because it's true, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Well, if my problem is out here, I need to get the pistol up and at that muzzle on him as quickly as I can, so that if need be, I can shoot from a retention position as he's giving me a bum rush. So it would be garment, grip, and anchor, up and at. Next is center, together, and out. So when it comes to center line, I'm bringing my pistol toward my support hand, and I'm forming a two-handed firing grip as close to the body as I can get it. Knuckles and joints interlock. This hand's job, particularly the middle finger, is front to back. This hand's job is side-to-side grip. I want to control that pistol, so the only thing that can really move on it is the slide reciprocating back and forth as I cycle through rounds. Garment, anchor, and grip, up and at, center, together, and out. Now the out part. Imagine, if you would, a laser beam firing from your dominant firing eye. And that laser beam is impacting on your threat. That is your desired point of aim and impact for your rounds. In our case, we'll go high center mass, in the cardiac triangle, the base of the throat, and between the nipples. Home is where the heart is. Driving that pistol along my eye line, I acquire the sights. So then it becomes garment, anchor, grip, up and at, center, together, and out. On the trigger, on the sights, on the target, shot. So as the pistol is traveling toward the target, my trigger finger is going to transfer from the frame onto the trigger. I'm going to take up the slack until I feel the wall. As the pistol moves forward to that firing point, on the trigger, on the sights, I validate that the sights are actually good. On the target, shot. I move the trigger to the rear in such a fashion that it doesn't disturb my sights. Let me give you a couple slow-mo. from rest. Garment, anchor, and grip, up and at, center together and out, trigger, sights, target, shot. From bodyguard. Hanging out. I teach how violence arrives with and without warning, so you can't really tell where your hands are going to be, so I have 4 starting positions when I start my shooting evolutions. From bodyguard. Garment, anchor, grip, up and at, center together and out, trigger, sights, target, shot. Now you're going to find that I'm still having to fight between my right and my left eye. I've got a neurological thing in my right eye. I'm transitioning from right eye dominant to being a left eye shooter. It's, well, I'm almost 59, man. Give me a break. I'm struggling with it. So from the thinker, you're also going to note there are 2 speeds. I want to be fast to the gun and smooth and deliberate to the target. This accomplishes a couple of things. First, it gets my gun in play quickly. Secondly, it allows my eye to acquire the sights as I'm driving toward the target, get an idea where they're going to finally appear, and it should be in that same spot about every time. And, well, it's all about consistency. Speed, let me back up a little bit. Speed, velocity encourages energy. If I just throw the gun out there really fast, well, it's going to bounce around a bit. So, garment, anchor, grip, up and at, center together, out, trigger, sets, target, shot. I'm fast to the gun, smooth to the target. Fast to the gun, smooth to the target. Not the best grip I've ever had. Let's try that one again. Fast to the gun, smooth to the target. To deliver our first, best shot. Because the first shot in any sorts of these engagements lends very much the credibility or the likelihood that you'll be successful. Whoever hits something solid and meaty first tends to win these things. It's a skill that we have to work on, along with the mental skill, awareness, avoidance. The whole thing has to come together, because if we are putting our pistol into play, we are putting our features at jeopardy. Here's a thought: you can actually lose a gunfight. You can win the gunfight and then be subjected to legal scrutiny and then subsequent prosecution. So this is a highly consequential thing that we talked about doing today. Anyway, John Murphy, I hope to see you on the range.